I will share now what do I do to change my beliefs and how I find them. Because this is not just about changing something, it's like you don't even know that it's there. How can you change it, right? That would be the challenge. So we can use everything, and I mean literally everything and anything in our reality to find our beliefs. Because everything in our reality is a reflection of what we believe. Okay? So we can feel something in the body, we can see something in externalized, like a situation, we can perceive a person, we can perceive um, an energy, and our emotions and our thoughts. Okay, I use this question, there is a permission slip that I learned from Bashar, but then I kind of played with it and amplify it and use it in many different levels. And this is what I want to share here. Otherwise, I would not say what Bashar says just because it's already said by him. So I'm here to share my experience and how I apply everything that I learned. Okay? So I ask myself, what do I have to believe it is true for me to be feeling this? What do I have to believe it is true for me to think this or to have this thought? What do I have to believe it is true for me to be a match to this situation or to this person? Okay, always. And this will be easy for some people that don't have a so ingrained and well structured belief system that is deeply rooted in fear and um, low vibration emotions, because you do this question 1, 2 times, 3 times, and it goes away. Why? Because when you get to the root of the cause, bam, that's it. You don't need to do anything further. You find the belief, the fact that you are aware of a belief, that it's not in alignment with who you truly are, that doesn't serve you, bam, it's gone. But what happens when we have, and we all have, it varies is the degree, entangled, what I detected to be entangled beliefs. So you have one belief that sustains another one and another one, and they create a whole belief system that even if you take one and the other and the other and the other, nothing changes. Okay, I drew this here to try to help. Let's see if it is visible. Oh, the light changed outside. Let's see, like this we can do it. Okay, so don't mind the the skills drawing, because this was done like just a sketch. Okay, this is anything that you see here in a column, they are a pile of beliefs. You see how like one brick, one brick, one brick, one brick, one brick, they are a pile of beliefs, and it's another one, and it's another one, it's another one, and together they create our belief system. Okay, so what happens, imagine this is in a table with many legs. It's not because you cut one leg that the table changes. It's not because you take one brick that the leg disappears. So beliefs are like this, okay? And then they go up, and then they go and sustain this. And on top of it, they have mechanisms to ensure that our belief system doesn't break and doesn't disappear that easy. And why the belief system, the negative ones have this? Because they are not true. They need to be reinforced over and over again to keep it in place. You know, it's like lies. If it is true, it is true. If it is a lie, you need to go around with the story and around to keep it true and manipulate and force and put. So the beliefs do the same thing, right? You can learn all of this from Bashar if you want the belief tricks thing. And what I starting to do is, instead of just detecting one belief that didn't solve the problem, I start to see how all these beliefs are entangled with each other and take down the whole thing at once. Because I don't want to go there over and over again and see that I still have the same problem, okay? So how I started to do this, I go like, what belief sustains this one? What belief sustains this one? What belief sustains this one? Until I find it. And you go like, how do you know that you already found the ground belief, the really true core belief that will take down the whole leg? Well, first you feel it, but sometimes we don't. But because we have DID and sometimes other alters of me hold the same belief system, so even if it disappears in one, it's still held by others, so then the body responds to that, it can be mixed, but this is in my case. Most people are fragmented, but they didn't split to the extent of develop new personalities from those fragments, right? So that's why also it gets easier. So you go and you find a core belief, and I take 5. I even wrote them there, okay? I'm unlovable, I'm unworthy, I'm unsafe, I do not belong, and I am alone. I'm sorry, I was not looking to the camera. And I am alone. So I know, for me, you try for yourself. Until I hit this, one of these 5, I didn't got to the core belief. It doesn't matter if I 10, blah. So I did this so much that sometimes I immediately go to the core belief. But I don't recommend you for you to do that right away. Why? Because many times, if it is in complex trauma, it is good to see the development and how they are entangled with other things, because this will bring you awareness. Of course, we think the faster we go, the better. But we learn so much through the process, and the process exists for a reason. So learning for the process is also good. So I immediately go, what is the core belief of that sustains all of this? Because then I'm jumping steps. I don't have to do the 10. I go from the first to the 10, right? So you can also try this. But in between, if it comes other beliefs, you just trust that you are doing all right, and this is part of the process, and it's something that you need to become aware. So you will be guided. Your higher mind and your spirit guides, they want to show you something. You trust that, because that it's a learning step that you will need for whatever reason that it's relevant for your soul path. Okay, so you go like that. In my case, what happens, and it can also happen with you if you have fragments, even if not the idea. I have, let me see, imagine this is an altar with a belief system. This is an altar with a belief system, okay? So I'm taking legs here, legs here, legs there, legs here, legs here, legs there. Or sometimes I can even take down the whole structure of this and disappears. But this is connected with the next altar, and then with the next altar. So while it's like next week, I go and find the same belief, and I'm like, but I already took care of it. This is not working. This is blah blah. Yes, it is working. What happens is you have different aspects of you holding on to some beliefs that are common, that you have even different experience generating them, but they are there. And because of this, it feels sometimes overwhelming, or it can feel like unproductive, or it feels like things are not changing. But things are changing because they start to change from the inside, and then we see them outside. Okay, it's how it works. So you keep going, you keep trusting, more than trusting, you keep knowing that it works, and you keep going, and then you find the next one. Okay, this is useful also if you watch my video about instincts and intuition, and no, the other one, how to communicate with spirit guides. There is an exercise there that it's about instincts and to run, right? And then you will stop when you feel fear, and I said I work through my fears to get to the mark. Go and watch that video to understand. I apply this to work through my fears. For example, I'm not there, so I'm like, okay, what do I have to believe it is true for me to not get to the mark? Or what do I have to believe it is true for me to be experience this fear? Okay, and that I work with that belief, and that allows me to release it. Then that happened to me, okay? So, and in different occasions, and that will allow you to get further until you get to the mark. So now I cannot resist, I'm sorry. The exercise is to run to the mark with eyes closed. So all this makes sense. And by doing that, just trusting your instincts. And then if you stop before, you actually don't trust your instinct, don't trust yourself. And the only reason you will not trust yourself is because you carry fears. So using this dismantling and uncovery of beliefs will allow you to release those fears, so you can trust again your instincts and your body wisdom. Okay, the first time I did this exercise was a wall, it was not a mark on the floor. So imagine, if you don't stop on time, you just hit the wall because you are running against the wall, the eyes closed. So that would be, so I changed and adapt the exercise to a mark on the floor, and then if I hit the mark, I hit the mark. Yeah, so So this is how I do it. Let me know in the comments if you also share this, because if you have heard about Bashar or something, maybe you also have some insights how you apply his knowledge. Or if you have any questions, I'm always open to receive questions. Okay, and remember, be kind to yourself today.